Thank you and welcome to this evening's performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. We are excited to have you here this evening. On behalf of Mr. Moyer and myself, welcome to our performance. As you might imagine, I have just a few announcements that I'd like to share with you, a little housekeeping, and then we can get on with the beautiful show. Please turn off your phones so you don't disturb your fellow patrons. If you do plan to take pictures, please have no flash so that we don't blind the actors any more than they already are with the bright lights. There will be one 15-minute intermission. Please enjoy the Theater Boosters concessions out in the lobby. This is a student-built, developed, and run show, so I would like you to give a little hand for our techies out there. This evening we'll have haze and flashing lights and theatrical weapons involved in the show. And for this evening's performance, Miss Kaylee Anderson will be performing the part of Hermia. But thank yous go out to Mr. Moyer, our composers, the tech crew, of course, school board, administration, teachers, staff. The Kearney High Theater Boosters have been awesome for us. If you don't know about the boosters, please talk to them out in the lobby today, and they can share with you how you can help the parent boosters. Thanks to the parents, the families, friends, and of course our audience. And I'd like to give a special shout out to our corporate sponsor, Heartland Bank. So if you see those folks, please give them a big thank you for supporting the arts in Kearney. With that, I'd like to tell you, please enjoy William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
draw some pace. 4 happy days bring another moon. But oh, me think how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager. Long withering or a young man running.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, fill us right. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I woo thee with my sword, and one thy love, doing the injuries. But I will wed thee in another key. With pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaints against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius! My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry my daughter. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Now, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fancy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegay sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart. Turn to obedience, which is due to me, stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to the sentiment or to her death, according to our law immediately provided.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yet one to whom you are but as a form in fat wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a virtuous gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, one to your father's voice, the other must be held worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty, in such a presence here, to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of man. Therefore, for Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood. Whether if you have not your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be a trader close to moon, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to record fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master soul their blood, to undergo such main pilgrimage. But earlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which withering in the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day, betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's voice, or else to wed Demetrius as he would. Or on Diana's attack to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia. And Lysander, yield thy crazy title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, And what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine. And on my right of her, I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he. As well possessed, my love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius is. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved by the beauteous Hermia. Why should not then I persecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, made love to Meter's daughter Helena and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I've heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoken thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, for Hermia, look you on yourself, to suit your fancy to your father's will, or else the law of Athene yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Paladin. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ in some business against corruption and confirm with you something that nearly concerns yourself.
Do you desire? We follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Be like the want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
I mean, for aught that I could ever read, could ever tell by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. For either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgraft in respect of years,
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged to
or
young.
else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as lightning in the calling night that in the spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There I will marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena. To do observance to a morn of May, there I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitted souls and prospers loves, by that fire that burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen. Oh, when all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, my love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair I didn't say. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching, oh we're favor so. Yours would I catch for Hermia ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be you translated. Oh, teach me how you look and wist, what are you? Sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. For the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decked with liquid pearl and bladed glass, a time when lovers' flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds are wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, dare Lysander and myself will meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger companies. So farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my love. Helena, adieu. And as you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, seems base and vile, holding no quantity. Love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment and taste, wings and no eyes figure in heedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys engame themselves for swear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed on host that he was only mine. And when some heed those oaths from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her. And if I have thinks it is a dear expense, but hearing me nigh to enrich my pain, to have my sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
But first, good period, Prince, call forth your actors, and say, but before you call forth your actors, say what the play treats on.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Prince, call forth your actors. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will last for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms, I will condole in some measure. And yet to the rest, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or a part to Terracannon, and to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and the abyss calm shall shine from afar, to make and mar the foolish fates. This was long. Now call forth the rest of your actors.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith! Let's we not play a woman? I've a beard coming!
Well, that's all. Well, you shall play it in a mask, and he will speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe.
Oh, Prince, dear lady, lover dear. No, you must play Pyramus and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And here, I hope, is a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, Peter, please give me for I'm slow study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play lion too! I will roar! That will make the Duke say, let him roar again! Let him roar again!
And you would do it too terribly, for you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that would be enough to hang us all.
Yeah, that would hang us all.
I grant you, gentlemen, if we were to scare the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as any sucking dove. I would roar you twere any night.
You can play no part but Pyramus! For Pyramus, he's a sweet-faced man, a gentle man, the kind of man you'd see in a summer's day. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. But what beard do I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will either discharge it in your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple brain beard, or your French crown beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you shall play barefaced. But masters, here are your scripts, and I am to entreat you to con them by tomorrow night, where we will meet in the palace wood, a mile without the town. There we will rehearse, for if we were to meet in the town, in the city, we would be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will drop a bill of properties, such as our play should want. I pray you, fail me not.
There we rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold! Or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through a rush, through a briar, over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I circle my fair queen. To do her orbs upon the green, the cowslips tall her pensioners be. In the gold-coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors. In their freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl at every cowslip's gate. Farewell, thou lawless spirits, I'll be gone, and my queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
mistake your shape in making Hermia huge, and that shrewd and knavish wife of our good fellow. Are not you he that frights the maids of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewives churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no harm? Misleading nine wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin you and call you sweet cut, do their good work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I am fat and beef-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, and very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her wither dewlap pour the ale. The wife stands telling the saddest tale. Sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, and down topple she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and even swear a merrier hour was ne'er wasted there. But, Ruth Fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon! Fairies, skip hence! I have forsworn his bedding company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know thou hast skipped away from fairyland, in the shape of Corinne sat all day, playing on pipes and horn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India. But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your busking mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to bring their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus so shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? This now not lead him through the glimmering light, through Paragona, whom he ravished, and make him with fair angles break his faith, with Ariadne and Antiopa.
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since midsummer spring, that we in hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved mountain or by rushy spring, or in the breached margin of the sea, to dance our rivers in the whistling wind. But with thy brawls, thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pilting river made so proud, that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweats, and the green corn hath brought to the air his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, the nine-lands moors is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with him or peril blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. In thirtieth December we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hime's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as a mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the amazing world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And this same progeny it comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland bides not the child in me. His mother was a votress in my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she sat with me and gossiped upon my side on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarking traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and the swimming gait following, her woman Richard my own squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of that did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long with Miss Wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round, and go see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with you.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! Shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not let's grow till I will torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a merman and a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious, but the sibilative song. And certain spheres shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
At the very time that I saw, but doubtless not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all-armed, certain aim he took at a vessel burning by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it had pierced 100,000 hearts. And the impure vultures passed it on in native meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I when the bolts of Cupid fell. They fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyes laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a gird around about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she waken looks upon, be it lion or bear or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I can take this child from off her side, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander, fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, and the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me there is stone unto this wood, and here am I, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave me no power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that I do love you the more. I'm your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of such high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of the night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For how can it be said when I am in the night, when I have all the world to look upon me? Nor doth this world lack worlds of company. For how can it be said that I am alone, when I have all the world to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the braes, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stand by questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow me, do not believe that I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Aye, in the temple, the town, the field you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs you set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank, the wild thyme blows, with ox lips and the knotted violet grows, quite over canopied with woodbine. The sweet musk roses and eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime in the night, lulled with these dances in delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wine enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know him from the Athenian garments he hath on. effect with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now, round to let a fairy song. Then for the third part of it, haste. Something cantankerous in the moss rosebuds, some warwick rammice to make my swallows' coats, and some keep at the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish to the sick. Ounce or cat or bear, hard or poor with bristled hair. In thy eye it shall appear, and thou wakest. It is thy dear. Wake when something vile is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and, to speak truth, I have lost our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry our comfort for the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed. For I, upon this bank, will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one head, two bosoms, and one troth.
Naked Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence, for love takes meaning in love's conference. I need that by unto yours my heart is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom need deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much was true my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off. In human modesty, such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, amen to these fair prayers, say I. Then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And here the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon my eyes I throw all the power this charm doth know. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on my eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Say, no, kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not harm me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay. On thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies. She hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that make me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do, as a monster fly my presence thus. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, and through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vital name to perish by my sword.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good suit you do, in such disdainful manner you to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you a lord of more true gentleness. Should of one man a woman refuse, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, lie thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing the stomach brings, or as tight heresies which men do leave are hated most by those they deceive. So, my surfeit and my heresy, of hated of all, but of most by me, in all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this growing serpent from my breast! Ay me! For pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought, a serpent, eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey! will perceive, you will not die. Either death, or you will find immediately.
A real net, a pet mat, and here is a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Prince,
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
there are some things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please me. First, Pyramus must draw the sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide.
Byron Lincoln, pardon us, fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a wit, I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let this prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. Or for better reassurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them from their fear.
Well, then we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, let's be 2 more. Let's be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise you.
Gentlemen, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not the lion.
Nay, half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same effect, Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am none of these things. I am a man as any other men are. And then let him state his name plainly, that he is Smith the Joiner.
Well, then it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. First, to bring moonlight into a chamber. For, as you know, the story says Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Does the moon shine night we pray our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look at the almanac! Find out the moon. Find out the moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why, then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and let the moon shine in at that casement.
Aye. Or some man may come in with a lantern and a bush of thorn and say he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for story says Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
We can never bring a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. Yes, let him have some loam or some plaster or rough cast about him to signify one, and let him hold his fingers thus, for the cranny through which Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you start, and when you have finished your speech, you enter into that break over there, and so on, every man according to his cue.
What have been homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen? What to play toward? I'll be an auditor, perhaps an actor if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus, Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious
Odors.
odors, savor sweet, and
so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice! Stay but here a while, and by and by I will to thee appear.
Stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
I, Mary, must you, for you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant pyramid.
Pyramus, most lily white of hue, like color of red rose, like twine of the briar. Most briskly juvenile and eke, most lovely Jew, as truest horse that will never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb? Man, why you must not say that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh.
As truest horse that will never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh, strange, pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them, to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art Jacob. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? An ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. No, I will not stir from this place. I will sing, and I will walk up and down here, and I will sing so that they will hear that I am not afraid. The youth so cocked, so black of hue, with orange and tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, and red with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song, cuckoo, great, whose note doth many men mark, and dares not answer nay. For, indeed, who would set his way to so foolish a bird? Who would give the bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo never so?
What? Gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye, girl, into thy shape. And thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on first used to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you would have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love do keep little companies together nowadays. Some honest neighbors' pity will not make them friends. Nay, I can wake upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had a wit about me to get out of this wood, I would have enough to serve my own turn.
Out to this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. Some still don't tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the steep, and sing while thou on blessed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like in every spirit go. Peach blossom, cobweb, moth and mustard seed.
Ready. And I. And I. And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop on his walks and gamble in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees,
and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the painted wings from butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Not to him elves, and to him courtesies.
Hail, mortal, hail, hail, hail.
I beseech your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Master Cobweb, I shall desire more of your acquaintance. If I cut my finger, shall I make bold of you? And your name, honest gentleman, I beseech you, sir?
Peaseblossom.
Commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. Master Peaseblossom, I shall desire more of your acquaintance. And your name, I beseech you, honest gentleman.
Mustard seed.
Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like Oxby hath devoured many a gentleman of your family. But to say the truth, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I should desire more of your acquaintance with Master Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, and bring him silently.
Intermission. Okay. If they want to yell at us, they can yell at us.
More than one occasion. Yes, I did. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, made it.
This is like the third time I've Oberon. I think it's really cool. Because musical last year was really nice. I didn't go to Ricky really nice too. The musicals are nice. That's good to one forget it. One I would rather. I get to do that on top of your morning margin figure stuff. Yes, that is awesome. You do both? Yeah. That's right. So you don't it's slowly going.
because it's fun.
Also Henry, he is a living cartoon character. I don't know, he is. I've watched everything from like he walks fast, he talks like he asks questions. Yeah, he looks loud. That's not original. Right. I know that. But he's always alive. That's true. I love it. Ricky! Yeah, he talks like Shakespeare. Ricky, you injured your wife. I know, I did this poem myself. It just you create more drama than I am even in my entire life. Oh my goodness, Mr. Gaines knows them. And it's during intermission. We're fine. Like, come on. At least. What? Yes? Okay. No, I was like talking to Ricky. The next thing you know, I saw this one. Okay. See how it is. Ricky, don't underestimate her power. She is a woman. Yeah. I believe in you, even if your husband
That was not funny.
Like those two nice little stuff.
Yeah, it's the two. You're hallucinating, Tyler.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then when it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote upon in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, Mansfield? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, when she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort, whom pyramids presented, and in their sport forsook his scene, and entered in a break. When I did him at disadvantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed it on his head, and on his thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they had spied, as wild geese of the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves, and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stab here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns of their apparel snatch some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. So, in that moment, when it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
These falls are better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes, as I did bid thee to do?
That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
I rebuke you, him that loves you so. They breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease his brother's noontide with antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should the murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out! dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Cannot a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent!
You spend
Never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I guess therefore?
A privilege. Never to see me more, and from my hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for death that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay if, for as tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistakest quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprison must perforce ensue a true love turn, and not a false turn true.
Then fate O rules that one man holding trust a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy 6 years and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood so dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes, and get she to appear.
I go. Look how I go. Swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, if Cupid's archery sink an apple of his eye, let its true love shine as brightly as the Venus of the sky. In thy eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear.
Captain of our fairy band, the Helena is here at hand, and the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside! The noise they make will cost Demetrius 2 away.
Then we'll do at once for one. That must needs be sport alone. And these things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. In vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in 2 scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Will you give her o'er?
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripened show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crown now hold'st up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this, princess of pure white, the seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you are all willing to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join with souls and mock me too? You both are men. If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. Can you not hate me as I know you do?
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And so with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will until my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
I will none. If fair I loved her, all that love is gone. I loved her, but as guestwise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou bite dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not mine eye, Lysander, found! Oh, my ear, I think it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, who would not let him by. Fair Helena, who more englids the night than all you fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could this not make me know the hate I bear for thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. And now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you of these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? It's all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is it all forgot? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, both sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grow together, like two a double cherry seeming parted beget, and union in a partition. Two of the first like coats and heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. But will you join with men and scorn your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore he speaks this to her he hates, and wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection but by your setting on, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, hold this sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. But fare ye well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat, and thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove thee wrong who says I love thee not.
Oh, excellent!
Sweet love.
If thou say you can love her more than me, withdraw and prove it too.
Lysander, where'd you tinsel this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, sir, yield. Seem to break loose. Take on as you will follow. But you are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, thou vile thing. Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
I will keep my word with thee, Demetrius.
I would I had your bond, yet I perceive a weak bond holds you.
What?
I'll not trust your word.
Should I harm her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I was fair now as I am erewhile. Since night you loved me, since night you left me. Oh, why then you left me, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of question, of hope, of doubt. 'Tis nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You kicker blossom! You thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, in faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? By you counterfeit, you puppet!
Oh, why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth she hath fulfilled with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I've no gift at all in truishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. You must think that because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower, hark again!
Good Hermia, I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of yourself into this wood. He followed you, and for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nigh to kill me too. So, I pray thee, let me bear my folly back to Athens. You see how simple and how fond I am. Let me go!
Why, get you gone! Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she's fierce.
Little! Again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of not grass maid! You bead! You acorn!
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Follow me if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena's.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheat my journey.
You, mistress! All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back!
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed, and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest. Thou commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad in so did sort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry woken cover thou anon with drooping fog, as black as Athens, and lead these testy rivals so astray that one come not in another's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes rein thy tongue, and stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. Then sometime rail thy like Demetrius. Take from thence, from thou, when look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows with death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batted wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all air with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. And then I will to my queen and beg of her Indian boy, and then I will her Trombadine release, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines a rower's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have buried. Already to their worried beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon. They willfully exile themselves from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed nights.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester, the groves may tread, even to the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening up on Neptune's beams with fair blessed beams, with gold yellow with salt green streams. But haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, goblin lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou flat, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak. In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is the file who draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me, yet tears me on. I come where he calls, yet he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I follow fast, but faster he did fly. Now fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if thou but once shows me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge his spite.
Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. If ever I thy face by daylight see. Now then, faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By daylight's approach, look to be visited.
A weary night, a long and tedious night. Abate thy hour! Shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up our sorrow's eye. Steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedevilled with the dew, and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here, I will rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that each man shall have his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, not so no will. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks will coy, stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair-large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom? Scratch my head, please, Blossom. And where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped bumblebee on top of that thistle. And, good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Don't fret yourself too much in the action. And, good monsieur, to have a care that the honey bag not break. I would be loath to have you overflown with honey bags, signor. And where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Give me your neef, Monsieur.
What's your want?
Pray you leave your curtsy, good Monsieur. Nothing but to help Cavalry Peas Blossom to scratch. Masters, methinks I must be to the barber, for methinks I'm a marvelous hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bows.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly, a peck of provender, I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard, and fetch thee up new nuts.
I have rather a handful or two of dried peas. Oh, I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have a great exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be all ways away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the young. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her as of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she, as hairy temples had then ran with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now in the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace beware. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms did beg of me my patience, I then did ask of her big changeling boy, which straight she gave to me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now that I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of its obedient swing, that he awaken when the others do, may back to Athens, back again repair, and think no more of this nice accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the very queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to be. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, awake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Thought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eye glows his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than the common sleep of all these 5 to 6.
Music home! Music such as harm asleep.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own full sight peak.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and will bless it all to fair prosperity. There the pairs of lovers shall wend, and will tomorrow be wedded with Duke Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad troop we, after the night shade, we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came that this night that I here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you. Find out the forester. For now, our reservation is performed. And since we have the vanguard of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple the western wally. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, for Queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bait that bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of a Spartan kind, so flute, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-mute and glad like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but match the mouths like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, incorrect in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear, but soft. What names are these?
My noble lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Neater's Helena. I wonder if they've been here together.
No doubt. They rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus. Is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these woodworks but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. So how comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as I think, for truly I would speak, I cannot truly say how I came here. But now it bethinks me, so it is, I came here with Hermia. Our intent was to might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would. Demetrius, thereby have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, and of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I, in fury, hither followed them, fair Helen on fancy following me. But, my good lord, it seems by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, and which in my childhood I did dote upon. But now the object and pleasure of mine eye is Helena, and I shall wish for her, love her, long for her, and will evermore be true to her.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse, we more will hear on it. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For the temple, by and by, with us this couple shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn, our purpose something shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We will hold a feast in grace our solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
And so methinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, both mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep and we dream. Are we not awake? And Theseus bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let us follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. I hope. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starling. God's my life. Stole it hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. I have... But man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... But no man can say what methought I was. And methought I had. But man is a patch of fool if you were to offer what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hands cannot taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what this dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it should be called Bottom's Dream, for it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it in the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. At a doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, and he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in all of Athens.
I'm the best person too, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. Paramour is God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is come from the temple. There are 2 or 3 more lords and ladies to be married. If our sport had gone forward, we would have all been made men.
Oh, sweet Bully Bottom, thus hath he lost his 6pence during his life. He could not have escaped a 6pence, and the Duke had not given him a 6pence for playing Pyramus. Oh, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. A 6pence in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, Bottom! It's greatest day! Oh, happy hour! Where were you?
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. But ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no Truthinian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards and new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, and every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long of it is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linens, and that he who play the lion not pare his nails, for they shall hang out the lion's claws. And most, dear actors, piece no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt to hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
Theseus, that these lovers speak of?
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such happy fantasies, that apprehend more than cool ever reasoned compliments. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devil than vestal can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in her brows Egypt. The poet's pine and fine friends roaring, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth, the former things unknown, the poet's pen turns them shapes, and gives to every nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks have strong imagination, that if it would apprehend some joy, it complements the bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is the bush suppose the bear?
But all the story in the night told over, and their minds transfigured so together, more witness than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
Ah, here come the lovers in, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What mass, what dances shall we have? To wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime. Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Go illustrate.
Here, my mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mass, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports arrive. Make choice of which your highness will see first. The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
We are none of that. That have I taught my love, in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes left Kama conquer.
The thrice three muses, mourning the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorted with nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical? Tedious and brief? That is hot ice and wondrous strange black snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my noble lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my noble lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one platter fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus thereon doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that to play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and have now toiled in their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord. It is not for you, for I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear them play. For never anything can be amiss, when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. And take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet? You shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes a mile, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shrivel and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throw to their practice accent and fears, and in conclusion, dumply have broke me off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence, yet I bid I will come. And in the modesty of faithful duty, I read as much as from the tongue that chain, of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, at least speak most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we
should offend, it is with our goodwill that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here. The actors are at hand, and by the show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand up in points.
He hath read the prologue like a rough colt. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain. Nothing appeared, all disordered. Who's next?
Well, gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe is certain. This man with loam, rough cast, and stone about him presenteth wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink. Poor souls, they are content to whisper. At the which, let no man wonder, this man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn present moonshine. For, if you would know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn, to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lionheart by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by moonlight did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fell, her mantle she did fall, and lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blade, with a bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it does befall that I, once now by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a cranny or chink, through which lovers Pyramus and Thisbe are to whisper very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone does show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. This cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition I've ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus close near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night! Oh, night, you so black! Oh, night, whichever art the day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my business promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, Crystal. Jove shall do well for this. But what I see, this do I see. Oh, wicked one, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The one we think be insensible shall curse again.
No, in truth, she shouldn't. Deceiving me is this cue. She is to enter now, and I'm to spy her through the wall. You shall see, we'll all fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, O wall, often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and handed up in thee.
I see a voice, and I will to the June to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face.
My love, the word to my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander I trust thee still.
And I, like Helen, till fates me kill.
Not Shaffel's to Procrus was so true.
As Shaffel's to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
And being done, doth wall away, doth go. Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are the worst, if imagination meant them.
Well, it must be your imagination and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse, of them they of themselves, they may pass for excellent man. Now, here come two noble beasts, then, a man and a lion.
You ladies, whose gentle hearts doth fear, monstrous mouths that creep before. And I perchance both quick to tremble here, when my rough and round verse doth roar. And of the eye, as the joiner, and my mind fell, where else thou lies dead. For if I were as vile, come to this place in strife, 'twere pity of my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
The very best of the beasts that I ever saw, my lord.
The lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and the goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. But it is not. Let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horn and moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are visible with the circumference.
This lantern doth the horn and moon present. Myself, the man and the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else, the man in the moon?
I'm a weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by a small light of discretion that he is in the way. But yet, in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush. And this dog, my dog.
Why, all these things should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Minnie's tomb. Where is my love?
Well, roar, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus. I thank thee, moon, for thy sunny beams, for 'tis by thy gracious golden glittering gleams that I trust to take truth this sight. But stay, oh spirit, but mark, poor night, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Thy mantle good, stained with naught. Approach ye furies fell, come fates cut bread and broth, conclude, quail, crush, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Be true, my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion frame? For lion vile hath here
deflowered, my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived life, looked with cheer, out sword and wound, the path of Pyramus. I that left path where the heart doth thus die. I thus. No! I am dead! Now I am dead! My soul in the sky! Tongue, lose thy light! Move, take my flight! Thus die I! Die! No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might get recovered. And prove an ass.
How chance is Moonshine gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Ah, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means Videl set.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! Quite dumb? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have but shorn with shears as thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade my breast embrued. Then, farewell, friends. Thus, Thisbe ends. Adieu.
Moonshine and I on the left to bury the dead.
I am wall too.
No! I assure you, that wall that parted their fathers is down and gone. Would it please you to hear an epilogue, or to see a burgomask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play is no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead. Then it's none to be played. Mary Fee had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garden. It would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly and very notably discharged. But come, your burgomask. Let your epilogue alone. Iron tongue of midnight had told 12. Lovers to bed. It's almost fairy time. I fear we shall sleep the coming morn, as much as with this night have overwatched. Thus palpable grows plain, halfway begun the heavy days of night. Sweet friends, to bed! Our footmen hold with this solemnity, and nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary things fordone. And these wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, with the graves all gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite, and the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house, give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite, up as light as bird from briar. And this duty after me, sing and dance trippingly.
First rehearse your song I wrote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Now into the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all these couples three ever true and loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not within their issue stand. Never mole, hair lip, nor scar, nor marked, as prejudices such as are despised in nativity shall fall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate. Each several chamber blessed through this palace, with sweet peace. And the owner of it at best shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle thing, no more yielding but a dream. Judges, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call, so good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
happen without the help of two extremely wonderful people, and that is Mrs. DeWald and Mr. Moore. We could not have put on a show this spectacular without them. Thank you both so much.